We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make sense.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
One of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hate ain't no me. Is it? It's me now. You're my truth now. Yeah. I'm here to speak and make it clear. I'm sorry, y'all, for all I've done. But I'm not the only one. In a dark place, I told some lies. But I'm not the only one. We all got secrets under the sun. In the shadows, we played the game. Now I'm standing here taking the blame. A lot of y'all was at the freak off too, so don't put it all on me. That's just the truth. I've been up and down this road trying to find my peace. Confessions of a man without a release. Oh, now, hey. In the mirror, I saw the truth hiding in plain view. I'm coming clean now, this burden to undo. We were all there dancing shadows in the night, acting wrong when we knew what was right. But deep inside, there's more you must see. In this room of mirrors, it's not just me. I walk this path with heavy chains, trying to shed those sins, erase the stains. I've seen the highs and the crushing lows, fading in the spotlight. That's how it goes. Yeah. Now I'm standing here, hard on my sleeve, trying to clear the air, let the demons relieve. Every wrong turn and every mistake led me to this moment, let my soul quake. Plays a part in the shadows deep, lost in the game. It's promises to keep. All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. Make sure you get those likes up. Okay. And so don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right. With that all being said, let's see who's in here. And also, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Mr. Elevation, Bithia, Timex Love is here. Sophie B, Terry Hinton, Claudette. All right. Nubian Cutie is in the house. Bronze Flat Power God, Danielle, 504 Nola. Purdy Naps is here. Bridget. Okay. Antoinette, Hot Cocoa is here. Buckhorse DC, Deronda. All right. Mr. Elevation said, I'm here for the Queen's receipts and the nefariousness. Okay. Chief Jones is in the house. DJ Big Six, Jeff ATL. All right. Let's get into it. Nessie X. Everyone get those likes up. Doesn't cost you anything to like the video. All right. Please pay attention. Y'all know the Queen brings real receipts. Queen Shay is in the house. Randy. All right. So with that all being said, I hope you all are having a good morning. So let's just jump right into it. Okay. Now, before we get into 50 Cent, honey, just going in, spilling tea and all of that. I thought it was all so nefarious. But before we get into that, let's talk about, hey, Juju, Greta. Before we get into that, let's talk about Kim Porter. Now, the other day, I told you guys that there was an alleged memoir manuscript that was supposedly written by Kim Porter. No one has authenticated it as of yet. And you all were trying to get me to tell you some of the names and all this and that. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, Kim Porter's supposed friend has come out and said that this is not true, that Kim didn't write this, and that Kim would never do such a thing. So let's talk about it. And then I'm going to tell you why I believe that Kim absolutely did such a thing. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, so here it is. So Kim Porter's friend denies rumors of memoir exposing Diddy. Okay, it says the internet claims are unfounded. Now, Diddy has become one of the most reviled figures in popular culture. The bad boy mogul has fallen from grace in months, despite being on top of the music industry for decades. Countless insiders have come forward with stories of Diddy assaulting, intimidating, or threatening them. Now, these stories date back to the 1980s, which is why fans have been fascinated by the possibility of a Kim Porter memoir. The late model had 4 kids with Diddy over the course of a decade. If anything were to have insight into his mind, it'd be her. Sadly, no such memoir exists. Now, my question is, how do they say this conclusively? Because they're going by what the friend says. But let me continue. Now, Ebony Electra, Porter's close friend, debunked the memoir rumor on July the 31st. The woman took to IG to assert that Porter had no plans to publish a book before her death in 2018. I'm going to say this as loud as I can, she wrote. Kim Porter never drafted or wrote a book, memoir, or manuscript. Quick lesson. Allegedly means when something is said to be true, but has not been proved. The woman then took journalists to task for using the word allegedly while continuing to use unfounded rumors to draw attention. Well, here's the thing. How are these rumors unfounded? Unfounded means that somebody could have clearly just made it up, right? Okay, that's what I would say is unfounded or baseless claims and all of that. But we have a myriad of people saying something about this memoir, including the very reliable, world-renowned psychic and medium, Sloan Bella. Now, I'm sorry, but I believe the things that Sloan Bella says because many of the things that she said have absolutely come true. Okay, have absolutely come true. Now, with that all being said, she said they used the word allegedly while continuing to use unfounded claims to draw attention. All right, well, that's her opinion. That's her opinion. But here's the thing. Hold on. It goes on to say the rumor suggested that Kim Porter detailed her experiences with Diddy and his alleged abuse behind the scenes. That being said, Electra made it clear that no such stories would have been shared about the man Porter had kids with. That's interesting because Kim Porter said Diddy threw a whole TV at her. Okay, so we're going to get into that in a second. And some of the things that Kim Porter said, she said it in Diddy's face when both of them were being interviewed. So I'm going to read you the transcripts. Now, with that all being said, she says there's no such book. There never was. Several people continue to speak about and spread blatant lies regarding this mystery manuscript as if it were true. People, it's not Kim. It's not Kim. Kim would never do such a thing, and that's the honest to God truth. Well, as far as she knows, I'm quite sure she doesn't know every detail of Kim's life. Okay, and how good of friends were her and Kim? Because I thought Kimora Lee Simmons was Kim Porter's best friend, and Kimora hasn't come out and debunked it. And here's the thing. If it were not true, people have been talking about this manuscript for years. So if it were not true, I mean, they've literally been talking about it since 2018 when Kim Porter passed. So if it were not true, why wouldn't she have said it then? Why is she waiting until now when somebody comes out with supposed words and excerpts from the supposed book? That's all I'm saying. Because if it's all a lie, she's heard these rumors as we've all heard them since 2018. Why didn't she come out then and say that it was a lie and try to debunk it? I find it interesting, but let me continue. Now, Ebony Electra gave the eulogy at Kim Porter's funeral. She spoke overtly over her late friend and the sisterly bond they share. Okay, so clearly she was a good friend. Now, she also worked alongside Porter as 1/3 of the company Three Brown Girls. The mother of Diddy's children may not have wanted to share her personal life with the world, but she did allude to his troubling behavior during interviews. Okay, now Kim Porter admitted that Diddy would call her upwards of 20 or 60 times a day when the two were separated and Diddy was dating Jennifer Lopez in the late 1990s. It was like my life was not my own, she told Essence. It was very, very intrusive. Now, with that all being said, that brings me back to something. So Kim said that Diddy would call her upwards of 60 times. Do you all remember when Claudia Jordan said that her and Kathy White were not with Diddy and Jay-Z at Club Tao in Vegas? And she also said that there was pictures of her leaked to media takeout, pictures of her and Diddy leaked to media takeout. And Diddy thought she did it and he called her 52 times, texted and called her 52 times. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? So that all sounds absolutely correct. Okay, Diddy calls people incessantly, supposedly, when he's upset with them, where they're not doing what he wants. Okay, so like I said, the woman saying that it's not true. Well, let's just talk about it, because here's what I think. I think, as I said, Sloan Bella, who made the predictions and who talked about the book, and Kim Porter, I think that she knows what she's talking about. And here's the reason, the main reason that I think she knows what she's talking about. Now, I'm not going to play this whole video, but I just want to play an excerpt. Now, I've played this for y'all before, but let me just refresh your memories for anyone who missed it or anyone who forgot. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And also, listen, beloveds, do not forget, for those of you who follow my backup channel, please don't you forget to go on there after this broadcast, because we've got to talk about these neo-Nazis who beat up some mixed teens. And I heard one of them almost lost an eye, and the police have yet to charge them. Okay, so we're going to talk about that on the next broadcast. So likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. So let's get into it.
November of 2023. So her death date was November 15th of 2018, but I'm being shown November of 2023. I don't think we're done with this. I feel she's shaking her head yes. Before she stare at me, then she wait, and now she's shaking her head yes. I am being shown that things are being prepared. She is showing me a trumpet. People are standing straight up. And there are people going to speak, not just about what happened to her, about other things. Something is unraveling.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. We don't have to hear the whole thing because it's like 7.5 minutes and we've already heard it before. I just wanted to bring it back to the forefront of your memory, because I know that on social media, people are very often, they have short-term memory. Now, with that all being said, Sloan Bella told us that something was going to happen with Diddy in November 2023. And then what happened with Diddy in November 2023? The lawsuit with Cassie. And then more lawsuits falling after that. So I'm sorry, what? Sloan Bella is accurate in her predictions as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, a lot of the stuff that Sloan Bella says is not necessarily so much as predictions as what I would call it, because I have prophetic dreams where I can predict things. But what Sloan Bella does is different. She's a medium. Okay, she literally can speak to the spirits of the dead. Now, you may not believe that, but how was she getting this information? Okay, now she absolutely was accurate, and she's been accurate plenty of times. So with that all being said, let's also not forget this, what she said. Sloan Bella also said that there were 3 copies of the manuscript that Kim had given to 3 different people. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now I'm going to share my screen.
Kim Porter's tell-all book. She explained that Kim Porter had 3 different copies of her tell-all book given to different people before she passed away. And she explained that one of the manuscripts was given to somebody outside of her friend group, which was an older white man. And this video of Sloan Bella gives me the chills after we learned that Radar Online was allegedly given 40 pages of Kim Porter's manuscript from someone that was really close to Kim Porter and Diddy. Sloan Bella explained that Kim Porter was working with the feds to gather information on Diddy 2 years before she passed away. And she explained that this all started happening because Kim Porter witnessed something, and then the feds wanted her to gather more information on it. Sloan Bella also said that Kim Porter had a burner phone that no one knows where it's at, but it will soon be found and be brought forward. And Sloan Bella said that there will be evidence and how Kim Porter passed.
Somebody outside of her friend group, 3 separate people. Somebody you wouldn't even suspect. Somebody outside of her friend group, somebody entirely had 3 manuscripts, and she gave them to 3 separate people. Somebody you wouldn't even suspect. Somebody outside of her friend group, somebody entirely different. She had a very close-knit circle of friends and a particular type of friends. So she hung around particular people. She was very specific in her choice of people that she allowed in her circle. Okay. Very, very, very controlled about that. However, somebody from outside that circle has one of, quote, the books or manuscripts or written documentation. So they don't have it all. It's a white man that has the tape or the information or however.
Now, I want you all to pay attention because Sloan Bella said that there's someone outside of the friend group that has one of those manuscripts. And she said, pay attention, they don't have it all. So they don't have the whole thing. And guess what? Radar Online said that the anonymous person who gave them the manuscript, the alleged manuscript, shall I say, gave them 40 pages. 40 pages. So they didn't give them the whole thing, maybe because they didn't have the whole thing, like Sloan Bella said. But let's continue because this gets even more interesting. Wait till you hear this. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, I'm sure I played this for you all before, but I want you to pay attention to this again because there's something else that I found out. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share.
Porter stands up so strong. Okay. She stands up so strong. I am being represented and they will find out what he did. I am being, so somebody is legally representing her in her death is what I'm being told. I don't know who it is or how that works, but somebody is representing her. She is not going to remain listed as a pneumonia death. People are going to know what happened to her. She's a really good girlfriend, and there's a series of girlfriends, actually. There's a whole series, and I distinguish a difference with one of them because the girl's hair color is different. So this other woman looks like an actress as well, who is very close to Kim Porter. And she had, I'm just going to say it, like strawberry hair, or the hair is strawberry. She prefers that color. She's been secretly working behind the scenes to get information. There is a mentor that did to him what he did to this current girlfriend and to Kim Porter and every other person that he's been around to take advantage of on an energetic level. He is now going to reap that. That is now happening to him because they don't want the person who groomed him to go down. And that guy hides in the background. There's a whole bunch of like political stuff going on. Like there's political stuff. There's ties to this country, that country. And there are younger musicians that are.
Okay, let me ask you all this. I hope you all were paying attention because I'm about to drop some receipts. Now, once in the chat, if you heard Sloan Bella, because I was preoccupied, I was pulling up my other receipt that I'm about to show you in a second. But once in the chat, if you heard Sloan Bella say that this woman that was working with Kim, one of her close friends, who she believes is an actress, said the woman has strawberry hair. Once in the chat, if y'all heard that, because I'm about to make this make sense. Once in the chat, if y'all heard that, and remember, you heard it here first. Okay, once in the chat, if you all heard Sloan Bella say that one of Kim's close friends was working with her and that this woman has strawberry hair and she's an actress. Y'all heard that, right? Let's get into it. Now I'm about to tell you who I think this person is. All right, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, so do you all remember months ago, I don't feel like digging up the video and finding the timestamp, but do you all remember months ago, I did a video and I talked about Donald Trump Jr. talking to DJ Academics, and I showed you the video clip, and DJ Academics was trying to cut him off, basically like he didn't want him saying anything about Diddy. But Donald Trump Jr. has described Diddy and the late Kim Porter's relationship as weird in a new interview with DJ Academics. Y'all remember this? I reported this back in April, but let's continue. On Wednesday, April 17th, the talking head sat down with Trump to discuss a few hot topics, naturally leading the conversation to Diddy, Donald Trump Jr., and he recalled his ex-wife, Vanessa K., being friends with Kim Porter during her modeling days. Trump detailed how he received a call from Kay after Porter died in 2018, with her describing the relationship as weird. Trump also claimed that his wife was extremely afraid of Diddy based on alleged stories she would hear from Kim. He says, my ex-wife was a model in New York, and she was very good friends with Kim Porter, who was Diddy's wife, the one who died at 47 of pneumonia. When Kim died, she called me like, something is up with that. I said, what do you mean? She said, Kim used to tell me it was bad. It was bad. There was a lot of bad-ish. I didn't even know, but Kim and Vanessa would do photo shoots together. They were friendly. We would hang out when we see them downtown. Not so much with Diddy, but she was really afraid of him. This goes back years. And Kim was having these conversations with my ex. Now I want y'all to pay attention. Because Vanessa Trump, Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife, has strawberry blonde hair. So let's get into it. Okay? She has strawberry blonde hair. I'm sorry, say what? She was close friends with Kim. She knew that Kim was having problems with Diddy. She was afraid of Diddy. And she has strawberry blonde hair, and she looks like an actress, like Sloan Bella said. And why does she look like an actress? That's because she is an actress. That's because she is an actress. Please pay attention. It's right here. Vanessa Trump bio. Let me just go to it so y'all don't think the queen is making this up. Y'all know I bring real receipts, not BS and clickbait. But let's continue. Y'all see that? Let me enlarge it. Hopefully you all can read it. I'm going to read it to you. That's Vanessa Trump. It says actor. Y'all see that, right? It says actor. It says born December 18th, 1977 in Manhattan, New York City. New York, USA. Vanessa Trump was born December 18th, 1977. Okay, skip past all of that. Known for Something's Gotta Give in 2003. Okay? 2003. And Bret Michaels' Life as I Know It in 2010. And The Apprentice previously married. She was previously married to Donald Trump Jr. So this lady's an actress. I'm sorry, say what? I'm sorry. I absolutely believe that Kim has a manuscript. Now, the one that was given to Radar Online, I don't know if that's it, but I do know that what was said in the excerpts, matched up to a lot of things we've already heard about Diddy. Let's talk about it. I told you all the other day when I reported on it that in the paperwork, Kim supposedly said that Diddy hit her with a chair and she woke up in the hospital. She didn't remember anything but waking up in the hospital with her arm in a sling, and Diddy was sitting right there asking her if she's okay, as if he was the one that did it. Now, the part about being hit with a chair, you also remember that I reported to you, heard it here first, how Lori Ann Gibson from Making the Band said that Diddy held a chair over her head, was going to hit her with it, while Michael Bivins held her back, okay, allegedly. And then Stephen Stout, the executive, Diddy hit him with the chair and a champagne bottle. So I'm just saying it all adds up as far as I'm concerned, all right? And it was very much so detailed. Okay, so I just wanted to give my information on that because let me tell you something. Before I reported on that manuscript, I knew that it couldn't be, it hadn't been authenticated. And that's why I only gave you all the information that was posted online. Okay, because there's other information in there, which I plan to probably give you on next week. Okay, and I have my own reasons for that. But anyway, with that all being said, let's talk about when Kim threw a TV at Diddy. Okay. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, so now Kim had sat down with an interview with Diddy. Okay, and both of them were there. And she says, everywhere I went, people were asking, are you okay? Now, this is when she found out Diddy was messing around with J-Lo behind her back. She says, everywhere I went, people were asking, are you okay? I just hated that. Okay, Porter says over a bowl of squash soup during a 3-hour lunch at a French bistro in Manhattan. I think this, hold on. Yeah, I think this is an interview with both of them. If it isn't, I'll go to that one. But anyway, let me continue. So she says, I just hated that. Porter sits down over a bowl of squash soup during a 3-hour lunch at a French bistro in Manhattan. Dressed in black leggings and a striped sweater and wearing very little makeup, Porter is more stunning in person than in any red carpet shot. People just believed everything they saw in print, and they were talking to me like I was really crushed. But I had just had a baby. I couldn't be somewhere in a corner heartbroken. I have kids. I'm a grown woman. Now, even Porter's mother, Sarah, was amazed at her daughter's calm in the face of such commotion, saying the whole family was upset about the situation with Lopez. You hear rumors and you see things on television, and if your daughter's involved, you want to know if she's hurting. But Kim didn't fall apart. She didn't stop eating. She didn't do any of that. She behaved normally. As her mother, I was checking her out all the time, looking and watching to see if she was putting on an act. But she's very resilient. She handled it like a champ, even though I knew she must have been hurting. I was so very proud of her. Now, at the time, Porter and Combs were living together, but as soon as she caught wind of the Lopez affair, she kicked him out of the house. Okay. And then Diddy says indignantly, because he's sitting right there in the interview, Diddy says very indignantly, out of my own house. Okay. And changed the locks. Now, with that all being said, she says, I told him someone's got to go, and it isn't going to be me and these kids. Diddy moved into a hotel, but ignored Porter's wishes to be left alone, continuing to stop by the house whenever he pleased. It was like my life was not my own. He was very, very intrusive. Now, she's saying this in his face. She's saying all of this right there in his face. Now, the couple would eventually end up in the Manhattan family courthouse to hash out a visitation agreement with which Diddy admits he didn't stick to. He would say that he needed to see his son, but I was at a place where just the sight of him would turn my stomach. My feeling was, you made this decision, now stay over there. I can't repeat everything I said at the time because it's really not that ladylike, but I was very expressive about it. In fact, she reluctantly admits that one day she got so angry she threw a television at Diddy. It was a small one, though, she says. Now, as Porter recounts this story of betrayal, she smiles politely, every bit the sweet Southern girl. The only glimmer of venom you'll see is when you ask if Diddy ever took their son, Christian, around Lopez. No, she says. Hell no. No, no, no. Do you see me? I'm a full black woman. We don't mix and mingle like that. I'd kill him dead. So he knew better. And besides, does she look like the type that would want to play house and family with 2 little black kids? I don't think it was the type of situation. All right, so please pay attention, honey. Kim was a firecracker, okay? She was not timid. She gave Diddy the business, okay? Let's not act like she was getting beat down by Cassie. Kim was fighting him back. Let's not forget he has a permanent scar, okay? When she clipped him with that corkscrew and he had to go to the hospital because it nicked his artery. Okay, let's not forget that. Let's not forget the time that he wanted to put hands on her and she told him boldly, you go ahead and you're going to have to explain to the media how you got scratches on your face. Kim was a firecracker. She wasn't scared of him. At the end of the day, she knew who he was and she handled him accordingly. Okay, at the end of the day, she didn't play any games with him. So this is a bold woman. You don't think that she would have been writing a manuscript? I'm sorry, but I do, because if she'd sit there in his face and say those things about him, and he's just sitting there mad and indignant talking about out of my own house and changed the locks. So I'm sorry. Kim was that girl. Okay. Just like you said, Windy City. So with that all been said, now let's have a word from my sponsor before we get into the next topic. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
The other video, because this one is going a little longer than I expected. I'm changing it to 11:15. It was set for 10:45. We're not going to make it. I'll tell you right now, we're not going to make it, beloveds. Okay, so let's continue. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, so now that we've gotten that all cleared up, let's talk about 50 Cent. 50 Cent is oh so nefarious, okay? I just want y'all to pay attention. I just want you all to pay attention. Curtis Jackson. Now, so let me just tell you all what he said. Hold on, let me get to it. I don't want to read this whole thing. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Hold on, beloveds. Okay, here it is. Now, they asked him, what made you produce a docuseries about Diddy? He says, I'm the only one from the hip hop culture that's produced quality projects. We do have a lot of talent within our culture where the talent has developed a comfortability in front of the camera. So they're usually a part of it as an actor or driving force for someone who would watch the project, not behind the scenes producing the whole project. So there's a difference. Now, over the years, you've made a point of not attending Diddy's parties. Was that because somebody told you the energy there was off, or did you go to something that felt odd? He asked to take me shopping, and I thought that was the weirdest ish in the world, because that might be something that a man says to a woman, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not effing with this weird energy or this weird ish. Coming off that way, he was just coming off the way he was moving, and from that, I was uncomfortable around him. So I know you and Diddy have collaborated on a few songs. Were you ever friends? It was mostly work. I wouldn't call it a friendship, because there wouldn't be disappointment between us if we didn't speak to each other. There's points that we work together. Jennifer Lopez actually told him that he should work with me as a songwriter in the beginning. And I was around at the early stages, and he could have done my record deal at that point. This is following me being shot up. Okay, the Trackmasters deal at Columbia Records where Lopez was signed. And I'm just getting back to work, and he'd call me to write. I remember Diddy would call, and my son's mom would answer, and I didn't want to get on the phone. Like, no. And she was like, what the F? We need the money. And she's looking at me like, what? Why don't you want to talk to him? So I didn't ever party or hang out with him. Puff is a business person. When people call him a producer, I see people that were taken advantage of, who produced things that he took from them. He got the credit. He's not a producer. He's been able to take advantage of the business and the creatives in it. I don't have any interest in doing that. I actually fall under the creative. So I just didn't take to hanging out with him like that. Now, there have been so many silent voices when it comes to what's going on with Diddy, as if people are afraid to speak up. Why? Now, this is what the interviewer asked 50. He says some of them were involved at the parties and enjoyed themselves. So they don't know what the F is on the tape or what's not on the tape. So they're not going to say anything because they might have had too much fun. And then you've got other people who look and go, well, that's not my business, and I don't want to be in it. Then you've got a part of our culture that says that's snitching or dry snitching or ish like that. It's not uncomfortable for me to say what I said, because I've been saying this ish for 4 years. I've been telling you, I don't F with him. I don't like the way he moving. This is a little crazy. Everybody else is not going to be as comfortable as I am saying it. So then they ask, you and Mary J. Blige have a great relationship, and she's also close friends with Diddy. I wondered if she had reached out to you. No, you know what? Mary never reached out to tell me to not F up Diddy, because she knows that he did it. She knows that he does ish. Okay. She never reached out and told me not to F up Diddy, because she knows that he does ish. Okay. Now, then she asked, your ex and child's mother, excuse me, Daphne Joy Navarez, who was named in Rodney Lil Rod Jones's lawsuit against Diddy, claimed that you raped and physically abused her in a social media post. She since deleted it. You're suing her for defamation. So what's happening? For me, I pussyfoot around with Daphne stuff, and I'll tell you why. I got a family court case. The allegations that came out, she posted things on her page saying some crazy ish, but this comes 8 hours after I filed for custody for my son. And she put that up in response to that. And I'm like, oh, I'm in this climate. You know, in this climate, you know how quickly they pass judgment. Things have worked out since she said those things. I had my son on Father's Day and we chilled. I'd like to respond and say some wild ish, but I've got to sustain that for my son. Now she asked, or the interviewer asked, says, were you worried? Because regardless of what's real or not, those claims can be damaging, especially because you're making a doc about someone who is an abuser. It is damaging. It is damaging just to have anything said about you at this point, because you have people out there who don't believe in your intentions. And if things are going in a positive direction for you and something pops up, they go, okay, this is what we have been waiting for. This is what he says people say. They gasp and then say, this is what we've been waiting for. For entertainment purposes, they exploit that as much as possible, but there's no merit to it. Likes up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, they ask, some critics have pointed out that Dr. Dre has an abusive past and he's your mentor, and have wondered if that contradicts your producing the Diddy doc. It's fine that they would feel whatever they feel, because I don't know what is true or what's not true about that situation. And these things date back before I was even signed to Dr. Dre. But this would mean not acknowledging all the things that are positive about him, all the successes I have had, and all the successes I have had in everything, because that's the time frame that we're talking about. Look, it may irritate people that I have heard. It may irritate people that have heard that. But that's crazy to think that you would not produce a docuseries now based on that. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Okay, now I'm going to skip past some of this and get to the part where he talks about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Okay, they ask him, you won an Emmy alongside Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and Jay-Z for the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show. When the lineup for the show was first announced, your name was not on the list. You came out as a surprise. And then he says, they wanted to leave me out of it. They didn't want me there. Who is they? They ask. Rock Nation. Rock Nation, yeah, they didn't want me there. Eminem wouldn't do it without me. That's how I ended up on the show, because he was not coming if I didn't do it. Now, what happens when that happens, you go, damn, so you just lost Eminem because you didn't want to bring 50? Damn, all right, bring 50 then. But if it was up to them, they would not have had me there. I'm the surprise. I'm not on the bill at all, but they couldn't get M to do it without me. And then he says that Jay-Z is the one who tried to keep him out of it. He said Jay-Z didn't want him there. Now, I don't know why Jay-Z didn't want him there, but he said Jay-Z didn't want him there, and basically sounds like Jay-Z was hating, as far as I'm concerned. Okay? So he says Jay-Z didn't want him there. And then they ask him about the Grammys. What are your thoughts on the Grammys? I don't care about them. They don't mean anything. It's an acknowledgement of the success of the project, and the excitement is to be in the room with your peers. Other than that, what is the acknowledgement? It doesn't mean anything. I haven't seen anyone in a bad financial space where they would sell their Grammys. Then it would mean something that you received this award. It has zero value. Do you vote at the Grammys? He says, no. I don't know who's voting in that ish. It's crazy. Whoever they are, they're off on Beyonce's house because she has 30 of them. A lot of people on your level don't handle their own social media accounts, but that's definitely you on Instagram, right? Yes, I try not to take things so seriously on social media in general. You'll see the worst things that you could see about myself when you're a celebrity. You'll see things that will adjust your emotional state if you're not prepared for it. And I'm accustomed to it. Okay, so that'll be okay. Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but like I said, he claims that he never went to any of those Diddy parties and that he knew the stuff that Diddy was doing, and that, well, not knew the stuff that Diddy was doing, but that Mary J. Blige knew stuff that Diddy was doing, and basically says he don't F with him because he got weird energy. And of course, because we all know he asked to take him shopping. All right. And so with that all being said, likes up everyone. Florida native said all of them hate 50. I think that many of them do because 50 just comes out and says whatever. He has no filter. He doesn't care what he says and how he says it. And like he said, a lot of them are uncomfortable doing that. So they're not going to say anything about Diddy because they don't want to tick him off, or they may be fearful of consequences, like 50 said. Like they don't know if they're on some of that footage or not. I mean, how many parties has Diddy hosted over the years? And he's been recording stuff or having things of his life recorded since the 90s. So yeah, that's why a lot of them are quiet, in my opinion. Okay, likes up everyone, please like and share. Now let's talk about Dame Dash. Because Lord, the feds are auctioning off Dame Dash's shares in Rockefeller. Dame Dash, Rockefeller shares go up for auction after losing $800,000 in a court battle. So Dame Dash's money troubles haven't gotten any better because his entire stake in Rockefeller Records is now being auctioned off by the feds. Now, according to new legal docs, the music mogul who co-founded Rockefeller with Jay-Z and Kareem Burke will have his 33.3% interest in the company sold off by the U.S. Marshal at a public auction on August the 29th in Manhattan. The doc says bidders will have to first register to appear at the auction by sending an email to attorney Christopher Brown. Now, Brown, as you may know, represents film director Josh Weber, who secured an $800,000 plus civil judgment against Dash for copyright infringement and defamation 2 years ago. Weber and Muddy Water Pictures produced Dear Frank and filed suit against Dash after claiming that he went around and told people he owned the rights to the movie even after he was dropped from the project. So the court docs specify the purpose of the auction is to collect on the judgment. The docs also note that Jay-Z's album, Reasonable Doubt, is the biggest asset Rockefeller owns. And so at auction, the minimum bid for Dash's shares cannot be less than $1.2 million. What's more, the purchaser must be able to plunk down a deposit of 20% of the minimum bid of $240,000 at the time of the sale. Now, you may recall that Dash's financial issues stretch all the way back to 2019 when he told a federal court that he couldn't pay $2,400 that he owed in another lawsuit. He couldn't pay $2,400. It sounds like Dame Dash is going broke. And this is all sad if this is true. Did you all remember that he said he couldn't pay $2,400 for a lawsuit? He must be getting multiple lawsuits, okay, civil actions. This is all bad at the end of the day, but the feds are going to auction off his things August the 29th. You know, I happen to like Dame Dash. I hope he fares well when all of this is over and said and done. And let's talk about one more thing about Kim Porter, because I wanted to bring this to you all's attention the other day. And I think I told you all this before in another video, but I just want to bring this back to your forefront of your memory. Okay, because Diddy, hold on, beloveds. Hold on, let me find my receipt. Okay, what Kim Porter supposedly told Diddy before she died. And also, you know, Diddy said that Kim was his soulmate. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. Okay, Diddy reveals what Kim Porter told him before she died and how that defined his reaction to her death. Nearly 6 months after the death of Sean Diddy Combs' ex, Kim Porter, the music mogul is opening up about her presence in his life even after her passing. Now, he revealed what Kim told him before she died and how that affected his reaction, saying 3 days before she passed, she wasn't feeling well. She had the flu, and she sent the kids over to my house so they couldn't get sick. One day I was checking on her, and she was like, Puffy, take care of my babies. She actually said that to me before she died. Diddy says those words stuck with him on the morning of November the 15th after news broke that Kim Porter had passed and had been found dead at her at her home in Toluca Lake, California. He said, I jumped into mommy mode. I sent people in every... Now I want you all to pay attention. This is clearly Diddy letting the zest of himself out. He said he jumped into mommy mode. What man says that? He could have just said, I jumped into daddy mode. Okay, I amped up daddy mode or something. But he said, I jumped into mommy mode. I sent people in every direction to try to make sure the kids would not hear about it on social media. Now, Diddy and Porter shared 3 kids together, Christian, 21, and twin daughters, Jessie, who was 12 at the time, and Delilah, who was also 12. Combs also helped raise Quincy from a previous relationship. Okay, so with that all being said, Diddy says that Kim told him to take care of her kids. With that all being said, it sounds to me like Kim, if that's true, because you know you have to take what Diddy says with a grain of salt, because we all know how he can lie and just make up stuff. But if that's true, if she actually did tell him that, did Kim know or think that she was dying? Did she know or think that she was dying? And I have questions, because if in fact she did know, that she was dying, did she think that Diddy had something to do with it? I just have to wonder. Because is that why she told him to take care of her kids? She knew she was leaving. I don't know. At the end of the day, I find it very interesting, though. Okay, I find it all very interesting. So likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Please like and share. Now, Sean Diddy Combs remembers his late soulmate, Kim Porter, in a heartfelt interview. The music mogul and Revolt chairman opens up during an emotional conversation. As anyone who has lost someone close to them can attest, adjusting to life after death is a difficult, complex process and one that must be met with compassion. During the cover story of Essence's May 2019 issue, Sean Diddy Combs opened up about the passing of his soulmate, Kim Porter, with whom he welcomed 3 children and adopted her son from a previous relationship. Now, that family and the world at large was changed forever after Porter, age 47, passed away in November of 2018. So on Thursday, May 9th, as an additional part of the in-depth interview, feature was penned by writer filmmaker Dream Hampton. Essence released approximately 20 minutes of raw audio between the 2 longtime friends as part of its Yes Girl podcast. Now I want you all to pay attention. Did you all just hear the name that I just said? Dream Hampton. It says Dream Hampton and Diddy sat down for an in-depth interview on the Yes Girl podcast. And Dream Hampton and Diddy are longtime friends. Now, why is that important? Well, because Dream Hampton is also friends with Jay-Z. And Dream Hampton also is the executive producer of Surviving R. Kelly. And I already told you all previously that I absolutely believe that Jay-Z funded Surviving R. Kelly. And that's been rumored in the industry for years. And so with that all been said, Diddy is also good friends with Dream Hampton. Now that Diddy helped Jay-Z to fund Surviving R. Kelly, Did they both fund it for Dream Hampton? I just have questions, because if so, this is all crazy, because now Diddy is being charged with the same allegations as R. Kelly, or some of the same allegations as R. Kelly. Being accused of them, not charged. He hasn't been charged yet. Okay, so with that all being said, during the emotional conversation, Diddy reflects on the heartbreaking tragedy, offering a deeply personal and heartfelt tribute. He says, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is what he says. I'm going to figure something out, though. This hurts so much. I know the people want to hear like the good stuff. It hurts. There ain't no way around it. I wanted to do the interview because I wanted to let everybody know. I don't think anybody could ever understand how hard it is to be a Black mother. Especially when you have a man like Diddy. Okay, I can only imagine. Now, the couple were together for more than a decade and remained extremely close following their decision to part ways romantically in 2007. And then it talks about all their kids and all of that. Diddy has often reflected about how family is the driving force behind all that he does, a sentiment that further shows the positive impact that Kim Porter had on his children and their mutual understanding to put their best interests at the forefront. He says, it was a total shock and surprise, and it really, really woke me up just as far as it just turned everything upside down. Okay, it was the craziest, most traumatic thing I've ever been through. When they say it hits home or cuts deep or your world gets turned upside down, it was all of that in one. He also opened up about the day he found out about Porter's death, explaining the steps he took to prevent the children from learning about the tragic news over social media. I sent people in every direction to try to make sure the kids did not hear about it on social media news. I had to get the girls to school and find Quincy, who was on set in Atlanta. Christian was on a plane, and I had his phone disconnected so he wouldn't read it in the air. Every time Kim and I talked, it was about the kids. It was what she cared about the most. We check in as friends, of course, but we never had a conversation that didn't include the kids. It was like some superhero-ish. I ain't even gonna lie. Now, Diddy also noted how Kim Porter's strength and wisdom is something he continues to carry with him. He says, on some level, I knew she was training me for this. I knew that I had to be ready to do whatever I was supposed to do if something like this ever happened. There was screaming and crying when I heard the news, of course, but I had to ask myself, what would Kim do? I was scared and I was crying out to God and to her. And almost immediately, Kim's voice kicked in and I could hear her saying, make sure you take care of my babies. Now, according to Essence's chief content and creative officer, Monana Lu, Diddy didn't anticipate getting so personal during the interview, but felt that this piece's potential impact on the culture was important. And anyone who has gone through or is experiencing a similar situation weighed more heavily than his personal fears. So he ultimately agreed in sharing it. Okay. DJ Big Six said he's a liar. You know, I think that Diddy shared it. Dorada said Sugar Smack's lying like a rug. Yeah, I think so. I think that basically Diddy shared that story just to make himself seem so heartfelt and, you know, dedicated and so bothered and, you know, so grief-stricken by the passing of Kim. When in fact, I believe that he had everything to do with it. That's just my opinion. I think that he had everything to do with it. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, maybe he heard her say that after he'd poisoned her, said, I'm rifling with Christ. Okay, exactly. Kim's voice was really saying, God gonna get you for this, ninja, says Jeff ATL. At the end of the day, he is gonna get his. I absolutely believe that. I absolutely believe that. And so with that all being said, like sub, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now listen, like I said, I'm going live on the backup channel. And now I got to change the time. I'm sorry, y'all. Please pay attention. I have to change the time because I scheduled it for 11:15. So let me just go back and make it 11 o'clock because we're about to be out of here and it's 5 till. Okay. But anyway, with that all being said, I just find it all very interesting. I don't believe anything Diddy says ever. And I have no reason to, and neither does anyone else with sense, because we know that he lies a whole lot, okay? We know that he lies a whole lot. We know the nefarious things that we've heard about him over the past 3 decades at the end of the day. And quite frankly, I think all of this stuff is eventually going to come to the surface. Okay, the whole thing with Tupac's death or murder, Tupac's murder, shall I say, I think that's all going to come to the forefront at the end of the day. And I'm glad that Tupac's family is suing him. Okay, or they're talking about suing him. I'm glad that they're thinking about suing him, because they really need to. Even if he doesn't face criminal charges, they need to absolutely sue him for wrongful death. And they can still win, even if he doesn't, face criminal charges. Because like I told you days ago, that's the same thing that happened to OJ. That's the same thing that happened to OJ. And let me just say this. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to get into some more stuff about Diddy. Okay, I was going to talk about it today, but I'm just going to do a whole nother video because it's a lot. But we're going to get into some more stuff about Diddy, okay? We're going to make it all make sense. Because at the end of the day, Diddy's going down. Diddy is going down, okay? And I believe it's going to be sooner than some might anticipate. I believe it's going to be sooner than some might anticipate. Now, think about this. Diddy got the letter, or his attorneys got the letter, I want to say his attorneys got the letter that he was being investigated, or no, they got the letter that he was the subject, not the target of an investigation. You all remember that? And then we also know when the grand jury was impaneled. Okay? So with that all being said, I'm just going to save the rest for tomorrow, because if I get to talking, I'll just start dropping too many receipts. Okay, we're going to get into it tomorrow at the end of the day. I have some predictions I'm going to give, and I have some information and receipts I'm going to drop. Just know that. Queen, did you ever name the third person in the bed? Said Sophie. No, I never did. And I told you all at the beginning of this broadcast that I'll likely tell you the information, further information about that on next week. Okay, I have my own reasons, but I'm sitting on it until next week. Okay, so y'all can just wait. Stop trying to guess, because I already told y'all's behinds that you already put the name in the chat. You all already had the name in the chat. I'm just not going to tell you which name it was until next week. Please pay attention. Okay, so likes up, everyone. Please like and share. And also, I can't remember who it was that told me to find that email with Nancy Pelosi talking about don't do nothing for Black people. I found it. I found it. And we're going to talk about that on the backup channel. Also, we're going to talk about these neo-Nazis who attacked and brutally beat these mixed teenagers. Okay, so with that all been said, I love you all to life. Terry Hidden said, Queen said, have patience. Exactly. All right. So anyway, I love you all to life. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. And also, FYI, I will be live on the backup channel at 6:15. Not the backup channel, on the spiritual channel. I'll be live with your spiritual vitamins today at 6:15. So don't miss it. All right. Until next time, beloveds, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor.
Sold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the
gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done.